Hey there, this is Jeremy Pearson, and I'm coming to you with a video about forgiveness. I mentioned that in my last video that I was going to do a video about forgiveness, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read an excerpt from a book that I'm writing. The book is called Practical Spirituality, and so this chapter is called The Forgiveness Trap. True forgiveness is a release. It's the letting go of the need to be right, the need to punish, the need to prove who was the victim and who was the villain. It's not saying what happened was okay. It's saying, I no longer need to carry this. It's spacious. It's liberating. It brings peace, not pride. The ego's version of forgiveness, on the other hand, sounds more like this. I'll forgive you, but I won't forget. I'll forgive you because I'm better than you. I'll forgive you, but let's be clear. You were wrong. I'll forgive you because I have to, not because I want to. This kind of forgiveness looks noble on the outside, but inside, the separation is still intact. It's still about me versus you. It still feeds the pain instead of dissolving it. So now I'm just going to go over these, let's see, we're going to do 5 different types of forgiveness that are ego-based forgiveness. The first one is the forgiveness to punish. I'll forgive you, but you should feel bad. This kind of forgiveness isn't about peace. It's about maintaining moral superiority. It's used like a weapon, not to heal, but to humble the other person. Number 2, forgiveness as an obligation. I know I'm supposed to forgive, so I guess I do. It's mechanical, performed under pressure. There's really no internal shift, just performance. The story remains, and so does the pain. Number 3, forgiveness with conditions. I'll forgive you if you admit you're wrong. This is the one that I remember experiencing a lot as a child in school, or I mean, even just at home, everywhere, right? It was, if you do this, then you'll be able to get what you want. You'll be forgiven if you apologize. If this, then that, right? So that's the forgiveness with conditions. It's not healing. It's a contract. The ego calls it justice, but it's really just about control. Number 4, forgiveness that reinforces the victim role. I'll forgive them. They didn't know better. This is one of my favorite ones to do. And I hear it all the time with people, but I definitely hear it with me. It sounds kind, but still centers in the identity of being the one who was wronged. It keeps the hurt close. It allows me to feel, in a way, better than the other person. Number 5, performative forgiveness. I'll forgive them, said for appearance or validation. But the body still holds on to the tension. The energy hasn't moved. Nothing's been released. Real forgiveness doesn't always happen with words. Sometimes it happens in silence, in softness, in the quiet moment when something inside of you finally lets go. You may not even realize it's happened until you notice how differently you feel. Here's some signs that real forgiveness has begun. You stop needing the other person to agree with your version of the story. You don't replay the situation in your head the same way with, say, the same emotional charge. You stop rehearsing what you would say if you had the chance. Think about that one. How often do you do that? You practice and rehearse. Oh man, if I get a chance to talk to him, here's what I'm going to say. We don't have to do that anymore. You feel less hooked when the person or memory comes up, so you don't feel that emotional hit anymore. This is where I like to refer to what we in 12-step programs sometimes call the elevator test. That's when you're standing in the elevator and the elevator doors open and there they are. That person is standing there. What do you feel? Can you get on the elevator? Or do you wait for the next elevator? So that's one way you want to think about if the forgiveness has happened or not. You'll be able to get on the elevator. Or maybe the party test is I go to a party at a friend's house and there they are. I didn't know they were going to be here. Am I able to stay? Am I able to talk to them? Just have a little conversation with them? Be easygoing? Or do I still have that emotional disturbance? And then the last one is a sign of real forgiveness has begun is when you no longer define yourself by what happened. So it still happened, but it's not really your story anymore. It's just something that happened. Real forgiveness often comes with a sense of relief, not because what happened was okay, but because you're no longer carrying it. You've released the job of keeping score. That's what real forgiveness is. It might feel like a breath, like space, like peace, even if it's just a small opening at first. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean reconciling, and it doesn't mean pretending that nothing happened. It means your healing is no longer dependent on the other person's apology. It means you're free without having to wait for the other person to do anything. You don't need them to understand. You don't need them to agree, and you don't need them to change. You've taken your power back, not through force, but through release. For many people, self-forgiveness is the most difficult of all. You might be able to offer grace to others, even people you've hurt or who've hurt you deeply. But when it comes to your own mistakes, shame takes the lead. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a second video. Probably not going to get to it today, but I'm going to make a second video about self-forgiveness because that's just a deeper topic. So, I'm just going to give you something to think about. Here's a little tool and practice section. What am I still carrying? Ask yourself this. What am I still carrying that I don't need to carry anymore? Am I willing to set it down? Something you can do once you realize what it is you're carrying is you can write a letter that you never have to send. Never have to give it to anybody or read it to anybody. Just write it. Let the words move through you and then gently release the attachment, not by force, but by love. Love for yourself. You're the one that gets to be free. And then another one is energetic unplugging visualization. So imagine your energy cords that are coming out of your body like an octopus connecting to all these different situations and people. And just imagine your energy cords gently unplugging from old wounds and old resentments. And every time one unplugs, you can feel the life force returning to you. Not cutting the cords. No harm. Just freedom reclaimed. Releasing yourself. So let me know what you thought of this video. I hope that this maybe has helped you think about forgiveness in a different way, and especially identifying when we're pretending to forgive, but it's really the forgiveness trap. We're really forgiving to punish someone else or to make ourselves feel or look better. So I'd like to hear what you think about this. Share this video with other people that you might think might be able to benefit from it, or maybe someone who you think needs to forgive you. Send them the video. I'm sure they'll love it. Maybe don't do that. Anyways, I'd love to hear what you think, and I hope this video finds you well. Take care.